You wish to see me, Phase Smith?
Artanis, it is good to see you, young Executor.
Phoenix? How can this be?
It was his cloned personality that was used for the Purifier prototype. Given your friendship with the Source personality, I thought, well, he believes he was brought from stasis and made a Dragoon.
Why are you here, Phoenix?
I was given a directive by Aldaris himself to come to Glacius and serve the Templar.
It is the last recollection from his memory web. The Great Templar were still encoded by order of the Conclave.
Do you know about the experimentation done on Glacius? Why Aldaris gave you this order?
I am a warrior, old friend. You know this as well as any. It is not my place to question the order of Adjudicator.
His construction is highly advanced, an Adanium shell composed of a trillic compression mesh. It appears he was to be the first in a revival of the ancient program.
Enough! I have fought far too long for the will of the Conclave to be examined like some specimen. I am Templar, and I am reunited with the dearest of friends. Is this not a glorious day?
You are right, of course. Karax, these tests are no longer needed. Phoenix, welcome aboard the Spear of Adun.
And welcome back, StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is Episode 7, Amon's Reach getting underway.
You and I have stood shoulder to shoulder, blades thrumming in the heat of battle countless times, and now you lead the Protoss. I wail with pride at the mere thought of it.
I was chosen to represent the hierarchy by the remaining Judicators and the clans of the Nerazim. I am still honored by their choice.
Tassadar must be proud as well.
Tassadar is gone, Phoenix. He fell, bravely sacrificing for his people. He saved us from annihilation.
What? It cannot be. And Ire? Fallen to the Zerg as well?
It has.
How long have I lingered in stasis, becoming this Dragoon?
Do you know of the Purifier program, Phoenix?
Of course. The greatest Templar minds replicated. Dangerous machines that had to be shut down.
They were shut down, but we have never ceased the research, and still have tried to find ways to replicate our greatest Templar, to use that ancient technology.
Why do you tell me this?
We are facing a war like none we have seen before. We will need you in the days ahead. Maybe even the Purifiers.
Then my blades are yours, old friend.
These new Purifier designs rival any technology our people have previously conceived. The replication data is the sort that allows accurate duplication of one's consciousness. Phoenix's personality may be accurate.
How accurate?
Within the 99th percentile.
So there is a chance for discrepancy.
Quite a minuscule one.
And in a lifetime, how many choices does that variation impact? Who would you be with such a difference in the decisions you've made? Keep a watchful eye on Phoenix. If he is to help us, I want to know who he is.
Okay, some pretty big haps here, bringing Phoenix back. More on that later.
The Spear of Adun has finished replicating a new combat unit. You can assign it to a faction now if you wish. We have acquired new robotic support technology for review. Karax has utilized data from Glacius to bring the robotic sentinels online. Use them wisely, Hierarch.
The enemy shall be purified.
Alright, so here's our third faction for Zealot. The Sentinel, they come back to life after they die, which is obviously very useful.
The Shadow Guard waits.
But in all my playing, the Centurion tends to win now. That stun, the crowd control element is just too good. Now, remember we just got sentries from the last mission, and the sort of Ire faction version, they can heal 2 shields at once. Or the Purifier faction version is the Energizer. They speed up the attack speed and movement speed of units around them. And they can also transform into like a temporary pylon to be used to warp in reinforcements. So they're very handy.
With the Purifier technology secured, our eyes can finally turn to our brothers, the Dark Templar. The Nerazim of Shakuras ritually sever their connection to the Kala. Because of this, they are now the last free Protoss. I must reach them before Amon's armies.
Is overrun. Loss of life is extensive. Hold. We are receiving a transmission.
Praise the gods. Artanis, you live.
Matriarch Vorazun, what has happened here?
Shakuras has fallen. The warp gate linking this world to Ire has been reopened. Countless hybrid and Zerg pour from the other side. They've obliterated our cities, decimated our Shadow Guard. We are trying to evacuate the remaining population, but I am uncertain whether we can hold long enough to get them safely away.
We will give you the time you need, Matriarch. My Templar are inbound.
Alright, so having traveled to a new system, we have to go around the ship and talk to everybody again, as per usual. And we also have some unallocated solarite to use in the solar core.
Ah, good. Hierarch. The solar core awaits. I've been trying to isolate the major population centers in need of evacuation. The Zerg signatures far outnumber those of the Protoss, but most of the survivors seem to have gathered within Talametros.
There must be Nerazim phase-smiths you know among them. Those who stayed behind.
I am not seeing any Protoss life signs from within the engineering base, Hierarch.
Then they have met their fate.
Or perhaps they fought their way to safety. The Dark Templar do not follow our caste system. Some of their faithsmiths are trained warriors, skilled as any of ours.
That does give them an advantage I had not realized. But then, our people are very different.
Of course, Hierarch.
So this is the home world of the Nerazim. A planet shrouded in darkness. Fitting.
Beautiful, is it not?
Indeed. I never imagined the Firstborn would ever step foot upon it.
As Ire fell to the Zerg, we fled to this world as refugees. The Dark Templar accepted us as equals. It was here that we first stood against the Swarm as one.
I wish I could have stood by you and shared in such glory.
As do I.
Okay, there's been a lot said, both good and bad, about bringing Phoenix back as a Purifier. I'm going to leave it for now and just let his dialogue tell his story. I think it's very interesting and well done. As for Solarite, we have enough in the second column to get the top tier ability, Solar Lance, and I think I always have it from here on out. It's just amazing. It does 3 quick strikes, like laser strikes, and does a lot of damage.
All this time, this wretched little world was within striking distance of our fleets.
Much has changed since your era, Preserver.
First you consort with those Terrans, and now the Fallen Ones? It is heresy. You must know this.
The Dark Templar are now our allies.
There was a time when the Protoss were broken. Throughout the Aeon of Strife, we tore at each other with wanton abandon. Only one path was ever found to end the madness and unify our people. The Kala. The Dark Ones rejected its light. They denied their own race. How can you fight for them?
For one so sworn to preserve our history, Rohana, how can you be so blind to its turn?
I see I have offended you, Hierarch. My apologies. Adapting to this period is difficult.
My Dark Templar were tracking your invasion on Ire when we were cut off. Then the warp gate opened. What happened, Artanis?
Amon used the Kala to seize control of the Templar. I could feel his rage tearing through me, and I was powerless against it. Zeratul found me. It was there that he...
Yes?
He tried to free me. And he succeeded, at the cost of his own life. He fell by my hand.
It was Amon's deed, not yours.
Zeratul came to me with a warning, but I did not act. Because of this, he is now gone, and the stars burn dimmer for his loss. Amon's deed or not, I carry a burden, Matriarch. One that cannot be easily lifted.
The Zerg infestation is overtaking Telemetros. Our evacuation is already in great peril. Your aid cannot come soon enough, Hierarch. Shakuras teams with Amon's Zerg broods. We hold only the southwest quadrant of Telemetros, and even that is in peril. We must evacuate our people, but the launch bays have been defiled with infestation. Only ground forces can clear them. Once the bays are free, the planetary warp conduit will allow our ships to escape safely.
The launch bays will be cleared. Your people will survive, Matriarch. This I swear.
You will need the aid of my Dark Templar in this battle. They can strike from the shadows without fear of reprisal.
Okay, this is an awesome strat from Sick Gamer, but it moves real fast. So notice I send one Dark Templar to attack this first launch bay here.
These vaults hold the Solarite reserves that power Telemetros. You may claim them with our blessing, Hierarch.
Indeed, completing bonus objectives will allow me to improve the Spear of Adum's power. There are 2 vaults left in the city.
Artanis, I'm detecting a rift opening near your position. Avoid Thrasher. By the gods, it's sieging the warp conduit.
Warriors, we must slay it before it destroys the conduit. Strike as one, Templar.
I am intrigued.
And then I'm going to move
I will comply.
this second Dark Templar up here and attack this second launch bay there.
Got to.
So I got 2 Dark Templar attacking 2 of the 4 infested launch bays.
From the shadows.
I made 2 more Dark Templar. Now we're going to take out this Void Thrasher.
The first launch bay has been cleared. Continue evacuating. The Thrasher is slain, but it will be for naught if the launch bays remain infested.
Okay, then you bring that first Dark Templar, because he's done,
Is upon us.
back to the other guys.
We have secured a second launch bay.
Well done. Half of the bays are launching evacuation ships.
You seek ours.
And now the second one that was up there is done. And we're going to move him over here to get
I am intrigued.
the bonus objective, Solarite Reserve.
I am
And we're just going to have to sacrifice him.
Shore up our defenses. The Zerg are moving to attack our nexus point.
Fear is an
And this strat, in addition to being stealthy, you know, like a Dark Templar would do it, and fast and fun, you don't build any economy. Notice I haven't made any probes. You don't go after any gas. There's an empty Vespian geyser on the left, and then there's a extractor built on the right there, but I never man it with probes. So you don't build any economy. Base-wise, I just made those 2 more gateways, and that's it. I think I did +1 weapons for upgrades. But that's it. So it's a pretty incredible strategy that this works.
Be careful. The spore crawlers and overseers ahead can detect our Dark Templars' movements. Slay them first.
Now coming up here, I'm going to use Solar Lance. Here it comes. You see you get 3 swipes with it, and it does a lot of damage.
A second Thrasher. The conduit is under assault.
clever.
Okay, then you just leave that guy there to attack. Bring these guys up here. And this strat gets you all achievements. Maybe not the mastery. I know Sick Gamer gets the mastery, but we're going to get Close Call. Don't let the Warp Conduit drop below 2,000 health. And you're going to see that one get rewarded. Before, I never killed that first Void Thrasher, but this time I did, and that allows me to get that achievement. And then the other one is called Jump the Gun. Free all the Protoss launch bays before the final Void Thrasher comes out. And I don't know how many eventually come out in total, but we do it, and I had already gotten it, so you're going to see that one as well.
We have purged the infestation. Only 1 launch bay remains disabled.
He's upon us.
Okay, because I don't have any more gas, I can't make any more Dark Templar, but I can make some Zealots. So I'm going to make these, and what they're going to do is run over and get the final bonus objective, and then just, you know, nobly die for the cause.
The shadowed plan. For soon. You seek ours.
We are recovering the last Solarite reserve now. The solar core should be augmented by the time our forces return, Hierarch.
I am intrigued.
Alright, now it's just a mad dash for the final launch bay. And you gotta survive some hits, you know, because there are detectors along the way. And now base is under attack, so this is going for broke, Devitron.
I am the blade. By the
Base is under attack. The launch bays have been reclaimed. Matriarch, you may complete the evacuation.
You have saved my people, Artanis, and they will never forget it.
Alright, let's watch these achievements roll in, Devitron. Amon's Reach, fast and dirty and stealthy, Dark Templar style. A big thanks again to Sick Gamer, that was a sick strat. This is StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. We'll see you in the next episode.